Well, hello everyone. Yep, I've been absent. Been busy. And also, I just can't get myself back in schedule. If you don't mind, subscribe. Well, what we're going to talk about? The first thing we want to talk about is a 21-year-old Kawasaki CT 100, 100 cc's. My neighbor out back, or my helper or whatever, we take this 100cc bike and totally rebuild it. Step by step, how coaching. We actually put that motor on top of this table here on a piece of cardboard, and I pointed out everything. Of course, we had new parts available. The hardest part was the crank. The journal for the connecting rod is press fitted. So, and it's you have to get the alignment on it perfect. So fortunately, we do have a machine shop in San Carlos, which is about a 30-minute drive one way. So he takes the crank wire with the new connecting rod and journal and has it installed. He brings it back and I check it, and it's perfect. I was kind of worried because you live here in the Philippines, you know, sometimes it's a hit and miss to get something correct. But they did a good job. I have to give them credit where credit's due. And of course we put all new crank bearings and so forth in it. Reassembled that engine with a new cylinder and piston. The old cylinder wasn't bad, but it was showing its wear. And we did a valve job on it. Got that all corrected. There wasn't no problems with it, just mainly cleaning up and resurface. And we finally we put a new clutch pack on it. Well, rebuilt the one. Put new clutch disc in it. It's an oil bath clutch for those not familiar with motorcycle engines. And since it's 21 years old, I recommended replacing them, and he did. We get it all assembled, and I showed him how to time the valves. I personally adjusted the valves, and I showed him how it was done. And to be honest with you, I was entertained. It was nice to be able to use my hands again, because I do miss being able to do a lot. And I'll be honest with you, it was difficult for me too. My back is not what it used to be. For those that don't know, you know, I was injured in a mining accident in 1980, and I shouldn't have went back to work, but I did. That's just me. But anyway, enough of that story. Well, yesterday he'd already stripped the frame down and repainted it, painted it white. It won't stay white long. Anyway, the backlog on this bike is that he bought it used, and I think he's had it for a long time, probably close to 10 years. But the life of this bike has been harsh, very harsh. The old saying is, rode hard and put up wet. And of course, I'm sure there was a lot of times the maintenance wasn't done on it. But now, it's not fully assembled, because there's some things he wants to do before he gets it completed. And it does run. It runs extremely well. He took it on its maiden voyage yesterday. I say maiden voyage because he made a little run for Grace and I, when we order items, the delivery guys don't like coming here. So he'll run out and meet the delivery guys and pick up our packages. And him and his wife jumped on that bike and take off on it. Was I worried about it? Not really. I knew it was assembled correctly. And I knew that the way it was running, that there shouldn't be no issues. And I was correct. You know, he was gone for several hours because he had some other errands he needed to do too. And come back, he was one happy camper. Now it does have one small issue, which we'll correct. The carburetor on it has a tendency to leak a little bit. What it is, the float needle valve is not seating correctly. And unfortunately, getting a new seat is an issue. Now, I can get a new needle valve, but the seat itself is deteriorated. Of course, 21 years, what to expect. So we'll probably end up ordering a new carburetor, which I have found one. I found the original equipment, Japanese carburetor. It is available. And he's kind of waiting until he can earn enough money to buy the carburetor. And then the bike will be fully functional once again. Of course, right now he's using it and turning the fuel off on each stop. The drip is not bad, but it's not good either. But that's okay. We'll get it corrected in due time. Maybe I'll have enough funds left over next month. Maybe I'll buy it myself. I just have to wait and see. We're still dealing with issues of our own. I did order some oyster shells to feed to my chickens. The reason I did that, my concern is, we can't really determine what's happening to our chickens, why they're dying. Well, I figured maybe just by a small chance, maybe they're not getting enough grit for their gizzards. See, chickens' digestive system is not like ours. They got a sac that the food is stored in. Then after the sac, you got a gizzard. See, chickens don't have teeth. The gizzard, chickens are required to pick up small, sharp stones, and they're recovered in the gizzard, and they use to grind the food up. And I got to thinking, maybe my chickens are not getting enough grit. So I'll order some oyster shells and see if there's any difference. And I've instructed Willie's wife, because she's one that usually feeds the chickens early in the mornings, to give some small amounts of grit with their food, 3 days at a time, and wait a week and do it again. Of course, yesterday was the first day. I don't know if it'll make a difference or not, but I'll try anything trying to save my chickens. Even though they got open grounds, and they should be able to get this grit, maybe it's not sharp enough or not enough to actually perform the job to grind the food up. Because, they're not getting fevers and congestion and stuff like that. But I had noticed in the past, occasionally I would see one of the chickens regurgitate. And, that stuck in my mind. Why is that chicken regurgitating? Well, I haven't fully studied the digestive system of the chicken, but I have started to review it. And just by chance, maybe, just maybe, they're not getting enough grit. I don't know. I'm willing to try anything to save my chickens. But anyway, folks, I don't want to bore you. I really appreciate you taking time out to watch me. I'm sorry it took so long. I've just been wrapped up in studying one thing or another. And today, I'll be going to take Virgil to school. School starts today. He's in the 5th grade. God, how time has rolled off. It's hard to believe. And speaking of Virgil, there's a lot of times he'll say things that, how did he know that? And I sometimes remember what he said the other day. And it surprised me. Oh, yeah, Grace was trying to kill mosquitoes. And he tells his mom, says, you know why it's hard to kill them, don't you? And Grace says, no. He says, well, the way their eyes are designed, they actually see in slow motion. So they got time to move out of the way. Now, where did he learn that? I don't know. I know it's highly unlikely taught that in school. But he getting to be a pretty smart kid. Anyway, folks, don't mind subscribe, like and share and all that good stuff. Help an old hillbilly out. Thank you so very much.